Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to 5 Minutes of Torah with the Beth Israel Rabbi. This coming Shabbat, we read Parshat Lech Lecha. I could not imagine in so many different ways a more important Torah portion than this particular Torah portion for this particular week at this particular time in history. Parshat Lech Lecha is the birth of the Jewish people. Parshat Lech Lecha includes the call from God to Avraham in order to set out to the land of Israel, the land to which we are so dearly connected as a people, in order to establish us as a people. And as God says, in order to create a people who are not only blessed, but who will bless others and who will have a good name. According to Jewish tradition, a Shem Tov, a good name, is the very definition of the person, or one could say even the entity itself or themselves. A good name is at the heart of the existence of the human being or the entity. This past week, BBC has gone a little bit further in improving their name when they finally have decided to call Hamas terrorists what they are, Hamas terrorists. And yet, our own CBC here in Canada refuses to call Hamas terrorists the name by which they deserve, terrorists, thus giving CBC a bad name. By the way, a bad name is not just a name, it actually gives credence to others who seek to hurt or harm other people. In this case, right now, we see not only on campuses here in Vancouver, but across Canada and the entire world, the professionalizing of the danger to the Jewish community, of people actively going out of their way to say falsehoods about the Jewish people and Israel, here at UBC and across the world. It is time for us to call on our political leaders, our universities, and others to call out Hamas terrorists for what they are, to call out the situation in Israel for what it is at this moment, to call on our leaders in the academic world and in the political world, and even in our own workplaces, unfortunately, to call on them to say what is happening in Israel, to say what has happened, and to unfortunately acknowledge the situation in which Israel finds itself right now. CBC, Hamas are terrorists. It is time to acknowledge that so that our own government and others will acknowledge it as well. I want to encourage everyone to join us in a number of different and important opportunities to let our voices be heard in this coming week. On November 2nd, please join us here at Beth Israel with CIJA as we have a letter writing campaign to thank the Canadian politicians who have done a good job at saying what the situation is right now. It is important that we thank them. Also, please join us on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. while we hear together with Hebrew University from a very important speaker on Zoom, Achia Schatz, who will be speaking about false media and information, lies that are being spread by Hamas, Iran, and others at this very moment. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing all of you at synagogue, especially tonight, for a night of solidarity with the rest of the conservative movement. Shabbat Shalom.